Education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow's belongs to those who prepare for it today. So, greetings to everyone. So, today, our discussion is about the story of a portrait of a successful property manager. So, how an inspirational property manager overcame the uncertainty and fear to get the help, the assurance, and also the time that she needed to expand her business. Okay, so let's begin. So the majority of the property managers didn't enter the industry intending to spend countless of hours on bookkeeping and accounting, but they still struggle with it. And some people use property management software like the Appfolio or the Propertyware, but they have the difficulty utilizing it to its full potential, while others attempt to teach themselves accounting or in an effort to save money and also to hire a novice bookkeeper. The property manager uh, all too frequently took on more work than they actually have time because accounting and bookkeeping has a problem to make or ruin a thriving property management firm. So fear is a major impediment to growth when it comes to finding the right solution. And it can be the fear of having someone else handle your books outside your office, and also the fear of paying for support and having it not work out, and also the fear that brought on by a subpar solution they previously tried, or the fear of how long it might take to implement the new system. So, in this the story, we're going to break this common fear that we sometimes encounter. So, our featured property manager, Lindsay, told the tale that we already read many times in the property management industry. So, first, what is her problem? So, it moved quite slowly because accounting was not Lindsay's strong point because she's not an accountant and she was spending more than 25 hours per month on accounting and should rather be using to expand what time that she spent uh, she can use to expand her business. So late nights was spent at her kitchen table, huddled over the spreadsheet or attempting to sort out the problems on her own. So when she's seeking advice, Lindsay has been able to spend more time developing her firm, her property management services, which is now thriving and also saving at least 5 hours per week. She is gaining 4 to 6 units per month, and thanks to her increased confidence and free time, she can relax knowing that her books will always be completed correctly. So, which software does she employ? So, it's the propertyware. So, does she possess any units? So, she is now managing 46 conventional units and also 150 more units that spread among other homeowners associations. How much overtime does she devote to accounting? 25 or more hours per month. That is all the only time that she's spending in this portion of her management. And how frequently does she handle vendor and owner payment? So it's every Friday and for every Friday of the week. And how does she receive rent? So she received payment via e-checks by using online tenant portal. So that is one of the property management systems, the component. She has how many banks accounts? So she has 9 accounts. And when did she last prepare a bank reconciliation? So each every month. Okay, so the wake up call. So as soon as Lindsay start talking to the property management service provider, She understood that she was not only spending far too much time on accounting and bookkeeping tasks, but also that since she is not a professional accountant, she had been skipping over a number of crucial steps. So those steps that are very important. The developer of the property management system began discussing what that would entail once she realized she needed the support. Okay, so all of the inquiries, since Lindsay was used to running everything by herself, having her own accounting team would be a delight, and to put it mildly. But first thing first, the PMS developer had thoroughly understand her company, and she was questioned regarding her team, her processes, as well as her controls that are now in place, and pending accounting and reconciliation tasks, as well as the other topics. So the PMS developer met in depth with Nancy to learn about specifics of her several properties, her pain issues, and her growth objectives. So then it was explained to her how they could almost eliminate all of those duties from her plate and also to enhance her business operations. So together, Lindsay made the decision to go for it and look forward to starting her first month in proper, who is the developer of the property management system. They established schedule and votes for all of her reconciliations, the reports, and month-end procedures. And she subsequently gave the PMS developer an access to her AP email account where she receives all invoices, her banking and accounting software, as well as all the papers related to her disbursement and closure processes. So, because you are supplying your vital and sensitive information during this process, it is crucial to choose for a PMS provider with exceptional reliability and data security. So, the work begins for Lens for the new property. So, they started the work. So, the PMS provider immediately took care of her accounts payable, calculated and paid owner gross and management fees, and found and fixed discrepancies in her records. So before, according to Lenzi, in her own words, I would have to identify the problem and determining how to resolve it. So even she don't even know what is the problem. I didn't understand, according to her. So it took a lot of time and it was stressful. According to her, it's very time consuming and it will really give you the anxiety. That enormous weight has now been removed. So because of the new system, her problem was lightened up. Then in order to assist Lindsay in making more smart business decisions, the PMS provider uh, team introduced her to a more thorough budget formulation process. And thanks to their strong credentials in finance and accounting, so making money while saving time. So before she knew it, the PMS supplier was guiding her through the reconciliation and reports for her first month, and simply clarity, the balance books, and surprisingly, a large amount of free time for Lindsay to concentrate on expanding her business. And there's no confusion and no errors. And according to the reports, it uh, increased of almost 30% growth of Lindsay's portfolio just since getting started with this PMS provider. That's how significant the contribution of this software to our operation. So the work begins with Lindsay's new proper squad. So the team of the proper PMS provider supported Lindsay throughout the operation. And today, Lindsay can readily monitor the state of her portfolio's finances. And she loves working with her team and appreciates how quickly uh, they responded to the issues and can solve problems. And in Lindsay's own words, I love how I can tell my owners that I just spoke with my bookkeeper or my accountant because it lends a degree of professionalism to my overall operation. And having at least 5 hours each week, Lindsay now has the time and confidence to devote more time in expanding her company, which is flourishing. So in 2021, Nancy's portfolio is anticipated to increase by more than 50 doors and will be there to support her every step of the way. So she claims that working with the proper has been great and making more money and the time that according to her, and the time that I was spending in accounting, I now spending on expanding my business. So that's how the property management system improved the process and the business activities of a property manager. Okay, so for your reference, you may check this website, this blog, and you may uh, get the more information related to this. Okay, so thank you very much, and I hope that you gained some inspiration in this lesson. Thank you very much, and I'll see you again on my next step.